This is Radio Ukraine International with the weekly program Doing Business, hosted by Rodion Zhiznievsky and produced by Konstantin Lavrentyuk. Doing Business covers current economic developments in and concerning Ukraine and gives topical information as well as immediate and longer-term economic forecasts. It is what we think might give you food for thought and help you see Ukraine through the economic angle. And here is the second part of the program where we talk about Kyiv Medical University, KMU. Ukrainians are one of the most educated nations in Europe, so getting an education in Ukraine is quite prestigious. Moreover, the cost of education and living in this country is a lot lower than elsewhere in Europe. According to Expat Insider, Ukraine has become the most affordable country in terms of living costs. In addition, foreign students enjoy the same rights, freedoms and responsibilities as do citizens of Ukraine. The most popular Ukrainian higher schools with foreign students are medical universities and colleges in Kharkiv, Odessa and Kyiv. So this time we will talk about Kyiv Medical University, KMU. It was founded in 1992 on the basis of the Medical Institute and was then the first private medical university to be founded in the post-Soviet countries. KMU is ranked 7th among 200 universities based on the average passing score level of Ukrainian citizens who took the external independent assessment in 2020. Also based on that level, KMU was ranked 2nd among medical universities. The total number of its students is over 3,200, including those from 62 countries. The number of interns is 700, and the number of alumni is over 5,000. Kyiv Medical University expands its geographical presence in other regions of the country by opening new branches. The Institute of Medicine and Biomedical Sciences opened in Kharkiv in 2017, and the Institute of Medicine and Public Health in Dnipro in 2019. Also in 2019, KMU opened the Department of Plastic, Reconstructive and Aesthetic Surgery and Surgical Cosmetics. The university trains specialists in such fields as medicine, dentistry, general pharmacy and industrial pharmacy, and also has preparatory departments for both Ukrainian and foreign citizens. My interlocutors are Borys Ivnev, rector of Kyiv Medical University, and his assistant Oleksandr Potiy, who heads the admission department.
My name is Borys Ivnev. I am a rector, Kyiv Medical University. I am professor in psychiatry, and I'm psychotherapist. Our university was founded in 1992. And next year it will be our 30 years anniversary, and we provide medical education in the 3 specialties. It is medicine, it is dentistry, and pharmacy and industrial pharmacy. Our university right now about 3,500 students. We have a full cycle for education. We have a master's degree, we have PhD degree and doctorate.
As far as I know, you're the first private university in Ukraine.
We are the first private medical university in the former USSR, and exactly we are biggest private medical university in Ukraine. It will be correct.
My name is Oleksandr Potiy, and I'm head of admission department. So I hope to get you acquainted with admission procedures, admission requirements, and give you some points of our university, some advantages to study with us.
What is the situation with medical staff in Ukraine? Is there any shortage?
Yes, of course, we have some deficit in our country. Statistics indicate that the number of practicing medical doctors in Ukraine is significantly lower than demand level. It is also supported by the medical demographic crisis in Ukraine. Based on the statistical analysis of the Ministry of Health of Ukraine in 2019, the amount of unoccupied positions among medical doctors has reached 24.7 per 10,000 population, compared to the average European countries number, which is 35. Another factor of the staffing crisis in this sphere is the share of people of retirement age among medical doctors is 24%, which is remarkable. Personal shortage is observed as very popular and highly paid specialties, such as anesthesiologists, obstetricians, etc. Moreover, the level of staffing among healthcare workers in the particular specialties is critically low. Sounds quite anxious, but from the other point of view, such a situation opens up a lot of opportunities for medical alumni to get a job faster and have a wider choice of specialties for future career in healthcare field.
What medical specialties are the most demanded?
It so happened that all the specialties in which our students are undergoing training at our university are the most popular ones in the educational market of Ukraine among international students. I mean, medicine, dentistry, and pharmacy. It's quite hard to distinguish between them, but I would say that medicine is the most in demand. But of course, it depends on the country of applicant's origin. For instance, Indians are likely to choose medicine, while Pakistanians and Iranians would prefer dentistry. By the way, driven by such a high demand of medicine specialty, we decided to launch two subdivisions in the biggest cities of Ukraine, Kharkiv and Dnipro, which has been opened in 2017 and 2019, respectively.
What foreign countries are represented by your students?
And what about the nationalities? You just mentioned Indians, Pakistanians, so students of which foreign countries usually study at Kyiv Medical University?
One of our best cards is a super multicultural environment in which everyone can feel comfortable, safe, and entertained. Apart from 2,000 Ukrainian students, we have 1,400 international students who came from 62 countries, so much more than I named just now. Talking about numbers, the leaders are India, Nigeria, Turkey, and Iran. And thanks to the student adaptation system, which is provided by both International Dean's Office and student bodies, any foreign student who comes to study with us will feel comfortable. And no matter how many of his compatriots study at the university at the same moment.
And how is the situation going with enrollment now because of that pandemic situation and the social situation that we have in Ukraine? Is the amount of students less or even higher than it was compared to what we had 2 or 3 years ago?
Fortunately, this year we didn't see any significant decrease in the number of applications, but of course students are aware of quarantine restrictions, and some countries may have difficulties with arriving to Ukraine. They have to follow the updated rules of vaccination or testing. But talking about application numbers of applicants who are willing to study with us, we don't see any significant decrease.
Different countries have different approaches to education and different levels of preparation required for admission. Is there any problem with that at KMU? If so, how do you solve it?
The level of preparation of applicants varies even within the same country, not only in different countries, of course. And we have several mechanisms dedicated to solving this issue in our university. First of all, our entrance examination procedure helps us to determine if a particular applicant is able to start training right away or not. If the applicant should pay some additional effort to improve one's knowledge in core subjects, we propose to undergo a 10 months preparatory course, which gives an opportunity to catch up all the missing knowledge in chemistry, biology, or in language, which can be English or Ukrainian, because we know about this problem. There are ways for solving.
How does the enrollment process proceed? Are there any entrance exams or tests?
Initial enrollment of foreign citizens is based on complete general secondary education and the results of 2 entrance exams. First one, a language proficiency exam, which can be Ukrainian or English. And the second exam is chemistry. So right after their arrival to the university, applicant has to take entrance exams in written. Test paper consists of both tests and open questions. Results of these entrance exams are announced the same day, so the applicant will know is it possible for him or her to get enrolled. If you wish to get an idea about a content of exam paper, you can find it in the document called Program of Entrance Exam on our website, kmu.edu.ua. And as a university, we do not conduct any exams in applicant's home country, but we know that in some particular countries, there are some special exams for applicants willing to study abroad. For example, in India, there is a NEET exam, just to get an idea.
You're listening to Radio Ukraine's weekly program, Doing Business. What languages are used in teaching?
The next question that you have already mentioned, it's about the languages, but could you say that one more time and how it goes with that? You said, if I'm not mistaken, there is Ukrainian and English language.
Yes, you're right. We provide training in Ukrainian and English languages only. International students mostly pick English, of course, but they can also study in Ukrainian after undergoing 10 months preparatory course.
Either online training. How is training done during the pandemic?
Do you have offline classes or it's still online trainings at your university?
Yes, it's a very, very difficult situation, and it's a very difficult process for organization. It is obvious that it is impossible to study medicine online, but world pandemic made us to adapt to this. A wide range of information technologies are applied at university while arranging the educational process, including, of course, online learning methods. In the university, the advanced learning technology Google Suite for Education helps educators save time but easily arranging the teaching process in classroom and Meet. All students of the university have free and unlimited access to the unique university's online learning platform called PreXam. It's our own learning platform. This platform consists of training and control modules and allows to create a virtual educational environment. It provides direct interaction with educators and students.
I have some questions about the platform that you mentioned that was made directly for your study, at Medical University. Could you tell me more about it? What special features does it allow for students to study online?
First of all, it is our own learning platform, and it's created by our specialists in different specialties. We have included in this platform some positions. First position, it is a preparation for specific state exam, which named as a KROC. It's very important for all our students because it is a state exam, it is attestation. KROC students pass after third year of study and after 6 years of study. Usually we do it directly in our lecture halls, but in pandemic we organize this platform. Another way for study, it is a process when each teacher of our university can organize a personal task for student. It's maybe clinical case, it's maybe a theoretical question, it's maybe picture, sounds of heartbeat and any information. It's maybe question for diagnostic, it's maybe question for treatment, and it's very useful for knowledge because student can see patient in a pandemic, but we organize it for this purpose.
Cool.
Yes, we're waiting for students, and we are promised that clinical process and process of forming so-called clinical thinking will be on a high level.
The university also offers extensive postgraduate education. Internship, 23 faculties, 3 educational and scientific programs in PhD, 11 faculties in clinical residency, and a doctorate program is available in most of the healthcare faculties. The university focuses on training specialists in such highly demanded fields as pediatrics, general practice, and family medicine according to international standards. The training takes place in 23 departments 14 of which are clinical, located in the best communal, governmental and private hospitals in Kyiv, Kharkiv, Dnipro and Odessa. KMU coordinates a 3-year project for vaccination and disease prevention in social risk groups and provides special training supported by UNICEF and the World Health Organization for doctors in Kyiv and other regional centers. Is it possible to combine studies and work? Are our diplomas recognized abroad? Do they have to be confirmed?
International acceptance and recognition of obtained degrees and diplomas of our university is our main priority. It's really a great aim of our university. Active participation of Ukraine in the European credit transfer system in the last, 10 years opened a number of new doors for graduates. In particular, our university is recognized by the World Director of Medical Schools, General Medical Council of United Kingdom, and Educational Commission for Foreign Medical Graduates of USA. Membership in such well-recognized organizations gives our graduates the possibility to get a professional license and well-paid job.
So basically they recognized abroad in all the countries, right?
Of course, in all the countries, but each country has own regulations for not recognition diploma, but for licensing in medical practice, because it's dependent on country. For example, in USA, our graduates should pass exams in the Educational Commission for Foreign Medical Graduates. But this diploma should be recognized by this organization. So, of course, some efforts for starting medical practice in homeland, students should pass some exams.
What is the reputation of our graduates abroad?
Can you share with us some great examples of people, of students, foreign students who have graduated your university and reached some particular success?
Yes, I would like to answer this question with a couple of bright and comprehensive examples, which will be clear for all the persons who listen to us right now. Ruslan Fetikov, for example, a 2009 alumni. Now he's a leading doctor in emergency department at Tel Aviv First Medical Center. Another Neoma Imo, 2015 alumni. She was selected for the Erasmus Mundus Scholarship Masters in Infectious Diseases and One Health. And maybe Julia Gerhardt, 2019 alumni. Now she's a military doctor in the US Army. To be honest, we have many great, talented and successful alumni, all of them and real agents of change in the healthcare fields of many countries. And what is great pleasure for me personally is that the foundation has been laid at Kyiv Medical University.
Prospect doctors have to complete an internship to start work. How are you working on it?
Postgraduate training at Kyiv Medical University is our great proud, because we have one of the most advanced internship department, and number of clinical residents says it all. We have more than 800 clinical residents undergoing training now, or undergoing practice to be precise. The key for that is a huge network of private and state affiliated clinics, what provides a widest possible selection for residents. And surely we constantly monitor the quality of residency, as every resident has a university supervisor attached to them.
How do you manage to keep up with all trends in medical education?
I guess, Borys Borysovich, you would be the right person to answer to it. So, medical sphere is the sphere that is changing all the time. And you have to be informed, you have to be in trance about all the latest changes. So, how do you manage to keep up with all the educational trends in medical education?
We have a very broad network of partners, professional associations, leading state and private hospitals, along with overseas universities. Strong ties with all these stakeholders help us to know the emerging trends of diagnostics and treatment and reflect these trends in study program. So our students are well prepared for up-to-date requirements of the medical labor market. And another thing that all our teachers in clinical departments is leaders in own sphere, in the professional sphere. And because it is not a different problem, not different question for our university, how we can follow to all world's trends in medical education.
But as well, to be well prepared, you have to know what are the trends we have in other countries, let's say. So is it common for Ukrainian teachers to travel to other countries, to other medical universities or departments to see how the things going there?
Yes, we have cooperation with universities, first of all, in countries which is a leader for amount of students in our university. We have an agreement with universities from India, Nigeria, and it's very important cooperation because we organized on the last year of study preparation of students to exams in the homeland. Because our teachers and teachers from this university cooperate and organize a specific program, specific lectures, workshops for preparation, specific knowledge. For example, it's maybe as a tropical disease for students from Africa. These topics not include in traditional Ukrainian program, but it is obligate for students from Africa, Nigeria, Ghana, and in other countries.
Is it possible to combine studies and work?
There are many universities that have contacts with different private companies, employers, in your case, clinics and hospitals. Do you have such partnership with the hospitals from your side when the person that graduates your university could start working in?
As I mentioned before, we have a real great network of partnering hospitals, which comes to 62 hospitals in Kyiv, Odessa, and other regions of Ukraine. So we have career center that launched this year. So all our students who are about to graduate on the 5th course, 6th course, they can get a support from our side, get a job in Ukraine. These possibilities are open for Ukrainian citizens as they can start working at hospitals right away after studying in postgraduate department.
The question is, what about international students? Is it possible for them to combine study and work?
Unfortunately, no. Foreign citizens can't work in Ukraine, only when they can get specific visa. But as a doctor, it's a very, very difficult process because for foreign students, according to law of Ukraine, it's maybe only clinical residency as a postgraduate education. But this postgraduate type of education not allow foreign citizens to work as a doctor in Ukraine.
Is there any information that you would like to add at the end of our program?
We just want to invite all applicants one more time to study with us because we believe that we can provide the most up-to-date knowledge which be required on the medical labor market nowadays. And also I want to say that we have very warm and so-called family atmosphere here.
Ukraine remains one of the main educational centers for getting technical and medical qualifications and still attracts many students from all over the world. The country keeps the ideal balance between the high quality of study and affordability. Needless to say that education is a great business that brings money to our country and shapes a brand new intellectual society. The education of foreign students at Ukrainian high schools is not only the image of this country, but also a substantial part of investment in the national economy. That was Radio Ukraine's weekly